you check with your accountant, but you should have some type of benefit relative to that if you got people that you're paying out those dollars to. Those could, in some conceivable way, I guess, be considered donations to an environmental nonprofit in terms of the amount of dollars spent during that time. So look for the tax advantages there. Look for the local eco cleanups if you can. Those affect the areas where a lot of your employees probably live and work, and it might just mean an awful lot to them that you're doing that. So another area, corporate kindness, and I am getting kind of into some of the recommendations, but it's hard not to. So does your company have cash reserves? Are they invested? Are they any of those in sustainable funds? Do you have that option? Do you have a sustainable investment option in your 401k? Do you have company cash reserves that are invested? Is your company, and if you're a public company, there's privately held companies, and then there's publicly held companies where they've sold their stock or their debt in either the stock or bond markets, and does your company report on environmental and social profits as well as bottom line financial metrics when it reports? So does it get involved in triple bottom line reporting? If it doesn't, how do we get you to that point today? Do we have the right accounting partner maybe to line you up with where you can start to talk about those issues and maybe get something done there? Whereby if you do start to make some changes, can you start to get some credit for it, some street credit for it in terms of what you do? So a lot of things there under corporate kindness in areas where there's benefits people don't even get into. The product cycle. Under corporate kindness, does your company offer any green products or services today? Huge opportunities. I told you about the consumer play there earlier. Huge opportunities in terms of packaging your stuff as a green product. And I know just being greenwashing it, that's wrong. I don't mean just saying, hey, it's green because we say it's green, but find some real compelling reason to produce a green product, and you will be rewarded. Any different type of industry basically can come up with something. I've been surprised lately to see, and I follow the mortgage industry because I just see it as such a sign of where our economics are today, but and in the housing industry. But I saw a green closing firm the other day. You know these lawyers that do the closings for your mortgages? I mean, you go out and you get those. I mean, well, if you don't own a house, you probably haven't been through this process, but there's always these lawyers that do this. Green closings. Everything from electronic documents being sent, to non-toxic income, the paperwork that you sign, to printing it on recycled paper. They've thought it through. And you say, what a kooky idea. Except for the fact that there are more and more of these LEED certified buildings going up. And LEED certification is Leadership in Environmental, excuse the ignorance, but I don't work for the U.S. Green Building Council, but there's a Leadership in Environmental Engineering and Design framework that they have for buildings coming out, and a lot of houses now are being produced to this standard. And guess what? A green closing is something that a lot of consumers care about. And I bet you, given the option, most consumers within the same price range, if you said, hey, look, if you're a mortgage person out there and you say to your client, you want to, look, I got one closing attorney, he's great, very competent. I've got this other one, she's great, she's competent, but one of them's doing green closings. Would you like an environmentally friendly closing? Who do you think is going to get picked out of that? Well, does it cost the same? Yeah, dollars and cents wise, it's within $5-10 of each other. Give me the green closing, right? Give me the green closing. That's what consumers' choices are likely to be, given those numbers I gave you before. And that's a really oddball product. A green attorney. Guess what? It works. So an awful lot of, challenge that business that you're working with to brainstorm with you and say, hey, let's look. And don't just do it at the table there. The environmental practice assessment is very simple. It's the time period where you go out there, you get your questions answered, you type up the responses, you keep a smile on your face, you ask them the questions, you type it up on your notebook, or you write down the responses on paper if you have to. And and you do a good job of gathering information during that process. But these are the kinds of questions that are going to unearth amazing opportunities for you. You currently label a product with a percentage of the proceeds goes to support whatever environmental nonprofit you like, or whatever environmental initiative that you see as important. If the answer to that is no, get them into that game. Work with an environmental partner. Work with an NPO partner, or a nonprofit organization partner, in ways that can benefit you both. I bet you if you go to them and you say, hey, look, I'm going to try and bring donations to you guys. Can I get a percentage of that donation as a finder's fee? I'm sure there's a way that something like that can be worked out. It's a cost of doing business for the nonprofit to be able to attract donations. They have to pay people to call on the phone and phone bank to get donations, so I'm sure there's no problem with them saying, hey, look, we'll give some of that money back to you. So there's a lot of opportunity that gets unearthed during that question session. So that's pretty much all the. That's a good solid overview of the 104. I didn't get into each and individual one, but I covered the general areas.